Hello, good day, welcome. Here is another video on Tears of Berseria in my default starting spot with this nice view. Anyway, as with the other video, which you should have at least assimilated the information in, even if you haven't watched it, if you know what's in it, then you're pretty much fine. Oh, thank you very much. I will be talking about combat, some finer bits about combat, and how to pull out a lot of damage, as well as how to use the Warriors and Wizards Ventite, which I did not have time to include in my last video, which was already over half an hour long. So, let's begin. Disclaimer again, you will see later characters, you will see all of their, well, you might not see all of their mistakes, but you'll see later mystic arts, you'll see all the characters you have to play as in the game, and we'll see probably early points in the story, you know, whatever. Anyway, if you want to play on higher difficulties, if you want to learn the intricacies of the combat system, if you want to just kick ass in style, this is the video for you. And now let's begin. First things first, I'm going to do that. So what I'm going to do is, before I do anything else, I'm gonna go and teach you about how to draw out a lot of damage. So this is just a basic way to draw the damage, which is how to deal stuff. So the first thing is I'm gonna teach you about stuns and break souls. So stunning will increase damage dealt. Look at this. Alright, so this is the damage. Every time I do this, let me stun. So my damage has increased significantly. Now if I do this and I break soul, every time I break soul, it's gonna add more damage. So adding break souls in your combo over and over will just increase your damage. Let's do it with a different attack. Note that I'm only doing this one attack here. See how high this damage is getting? The damage is getting stupidly high because I keep adding break souls. Alright, I keep adding break souls and I keep attacking a stunned enemy, so the damage is very high. Remember that all weapons for all characters have this all weapons for all characters, the first enhancement bonus is damage against stun foes increase. This is increased from the basic double damage that damage against stuns foes have, and is very, very useful. So even if you enhance your weapon once or twice, especially at the beginning of the game, it can go a very long way. That is just literally straight damage. And that is also why I tend to have a lot of stuns in my archeries. Like stun, paralysis, stun. I tend to have a lot of stuns. Right? No matter who the characters, I try to make sure that they have a fair amount of stuns in their archeries, as well as the other effects. And remember that these attacks work for everything. So let's have a check. Let's check Mystic Arts. So see 20 something hundred, well 28,000 damage. Let's try again with a bunch of break souls instead. Oh, my bad. I did the wrong one. But yeah, it's a lot of damage. Let me do one less. Sorry about that. Here we go. 49,000. Almost double the damage. Well, yeah, almost double the damage that it previously was. And as you saw, if you manage to get the second Mystic card in, well, that's a whole lot. So the next thing that I want to teach is about inflicting status effects. So a lot of equipment has capabilities. So capability against Apodos and, you know, all that's fine. But there's also these abilities like I don't think Elno has any on her weapons, but Velvet does. So paralyzing capability, poisoning capability, that kind of stuff. So what this is if you come down here, see paralyzing all these capabilities. What this means is that when enemies have these status effects, as you can see on the master skill, it's telling you, you also do increase damage against them. So if I go with L now, because I can do hers easily. So let's do a break soul. Let's stun and do a break soul. 28,000. Let's paralyze. 33,000. Now, because my capability against poison is higher, let's stun and do poison. There we go. See? It's a higher damage. So if you wanna get stupidly high amounts of damage, you can do stuff like this. You throw in as many break souls as you can manage. Make sure that you do a mystic art while they're stunned and under the better status effect, and yeah, that's a nice 3 million by herself. Oh, did I actually exactly copy the previous record? Oh, that's great. But anyway, there you go. Stupidly high amounts of damage with that. Absolutely fantastic. So inflict status effects, don't pass up the capabilities. I would say they're pretty decent, especially if you work them into moves that you constantly use in your battle. And yeah, status effect them, stun them, and make sure you do chain combos if possible. So speaking of chain combos, honestly, the post recording feature on OBS is absolutely amazing. Anyway, speaking of chain combos, chain combos were not as good as can be explained back when you fought Dial. But basically, what you need to do is, you need to hit their types, in this case Beast and Armored, and all of their elemental weaknesses. In this case, it's fire. So for my Eleanor, on my chain for Circle, Burning Moon is Beast and Fire. It's better than Flame Beast, because Flame Beast has a chance to knock down. So Burning Moon and Roaring Thunder. So let's try that, okay? So now that I've hit Flame and Beast, you can see if I stop mid combo, I can see what's flashing. Alright, now that we have Chain, you see Chain on the top, right? Right under my damage. And once a Chain combo is active, you are pretty much, yeah, there you go. All attacks will act as if they hit weaknesses, like this. See how hitting him has Chain show up? All your attacks will have Chain under them. All your attacks will have Chain under them, so you're good. And it makes fighting a lot easier, pretty much. So, about that, is as best you could, try to aim for chain combos in battle. They will make your life very good. And again, this is why my stuff is so varied. I try not to repeat moves. The only reason that this move is repeated is because I like to use it after these two, which I have on basically on command. So all I have to do is guard and hit triangle or guard and hit circle. I get these ones, and then at any time in the combo, I'll probably want to use Coiling Serpent after them. So that's why I have Coiling Serpent here, and I have actually mapped all of her moves. So remember, chain combos, inflict status effects, stun, and blast them with a Mystic Art, especially if you can throw in a whole bunch of other break souls in between. Now these small enemies get knocked around a lot, so Eleanor is not the best for doing chain combos and long strings of damage against them. But you can do it very easily with Velvet. I would say you could do it very easily with Rokuro. It's all pretty damn good. Alright, so the next thing is... the next thing that I want to talk about is the Warrior's Ventite. So, for characters like Rokuro and Velvet, you actually can't map all of their attacks. Why am I in there? Yeah, so you see, everybody has roughly the same amount of attacks. If you look, for this one screen, you press down once and then there's one more. It's the same here. Press down once and then there's one more. It's the same right here too. Press down once and there's one more. So for people who have spells, the Wizard's Ventite takes care of that, which I will teach in a little bit. The Warrior's Ventite, which you get for, I believe, shop level 5, is what gives those arrows. So Fate into 11th hour. So let's check for Velvet. So I could do Treble Strike into Crushing Drop. Or here's a better way. A better way to do it is Roaring Thunder into Thermal Skewer. So if you're familiar with how it works, you know that I can't bring out Thermal Skewer after Roaring Thunder. I have to go through at least 2 attacks to get it again. But with the Warrior's Ventite, I don't. So... Or I can bring it out after Cleansing Lance. Yeah, I can do Rending Strike, Burning Moon, Cleansing Lance, Thermal Skewer, Roaring Thunder, Thermal Skewer. So let's try that. Let me just find a battle to get in. Oh, here's one. Yeah, I'm not gonna pause the video for that. Okay. So to use the Warrior's Ventite, what you do is you actually just hold down the attack button on the move that you're doing. So if I wanted to use it on Cleansing Lance, well, this is B for either B or circle. I would hold down circle when I press the button for Cleansing Lance. It's a little tricky to do if you try to start it in the middle of a combo, but for me, luckily, I can start it at the start with Rending Strike. It'll just do this. It'll just do that. So let's try this. I'm just gonna hold down circle. Watch, it'll do Cleansing Lance, then Thermal Skewer, then Roaring Thunder, then Thermal Skewer again. Alright, that's how you use Warrior's Ventite. So, let's say for Velvet, the way to get Defiant Conviction out. So, if you noticed, I don't have Defiant Conviction at all. It's not here. I'll just leave this up for a short bit so you can actually just make sure that Defiant Conviction is not attached anywhere. What I'd have to do is hold down X or A, depending on the controller you're on Cerberus Wave. So let's get Velvet in. Alright, so 1. Sorry. See? I got Defiant Conviction to come out. Because I held it down here. And then you can check Defiant Conviction, and Defiant Conviction will go to Tearing Tone, which isn't mapped at all. So let's try it again. Let me just there you go. You saw Tearing Tone come out? Well, I hope you did. You could always go back and pause the video or watch it in slow motion. That's how you use the Warrior's Ventite. That's a way to get attacks that you don't have mapped. So for example, if you don't use Shadow Flow very much, you can use it after Searing Edge. My game froze. Alright. I guess Steam must be having some server issues again. Anyway, that's how you use those, alright? Now, onto the Wizard's Ventite. Let me just clear up this battle. Waiting. Alright, time to talk about the Wizard's Ventite. So, the Wizard's Ventite allows you to use the spells that the arrows are here for. Now, unlike the Warrior's Ventite, the Wizard's Ventite actually sort of explains how to use itself, but I'm gonna show you anyway. Here we go. So let's just I guess let's just knock this guy down, I guess. Okay, please get knocked down. Thank you. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. There was an interruption in real life. So anyway, so how to use it is you start to cast a spell and you hold the button for it. So in this case, I'm gonna cast Flame Beast. I'm gonna hold square or X if you're on, you know, this kind of controller. So if you notice, I'm not actually casting a spell. Right, while I'm holding it like that, would you please leave me alone? Right, thank you. While I'm holding it like this, if I tap Mystic Art, I'll get this spell that's higher. Steam servers, please stop that. Anyway, so as you see, I can get to Maelstrom. Then I can get to Shock Drum, because Maelstrom goes to that. Then it'll take me to Inspiration and then take me to Life. So this way, with just these two for Eleanor, I can get to all the spells with just 2 ones. Now when I'm doing it like this, it does actually cast a lot faster. So let's change some. Let's get Life cast. Okay. So I'm gonna do a bunch of dashes. 5, 6, 7. I'm sorry, she didn't cast it right away. Let's Alright, 5. You see how slow that is? Let's try it with Warriors Ventite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm done. Wizards Ventite, my bad, not Warriors. But yeah, it's very, 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 very quick, and it's a very good way, because even if you have long chains make you cast faster, which I'll explain a little bit more soon. But even if you have long chains, a lot of spells take just a really long time. What did I have here? I had a Skewering Strike, whatever that is. Here we go. Right, spells take a long time. So Wizards Ventite, very good. That's why I said before it was difficult to fill Aizen's tree, because I have access to all the spells here. So Lance, Frigid Photon, Geo Rumble, Resurrection, Flash Step, Illusory Veil, Plundering Ghost. And this one could go to Hell's Gate, which can go to Geo Rumble, but I don't need to go that far, because I get Wind Lance, Air Thrust, Hell's Gate. And then I have Quickness, because this is the only way to get Quickness, and I can cast Resurrection from that if I absolutely need to. So yeah, very, very, very useful to use the Wizards Ventite. Personally, I think getting your shop to level 6 ASAP if you want to use any of the spellcasters is tantamount. So remember that. And next, while I'm here, let's talk about some benefits of the spellcasting. Sorry about that. Just talking so much, my throat's a bit, you know. So spellcasting is a lot quicker if you're in a long chain. So let's check with Flame Beast. There we go. So let's try dashing. That was a lot quicker, right? And this works for everything. And the other little bit about spells is you can recover your SG while not dropping your combo chain. So let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, as I'm holding the spell, it's recovering my SG, and I can still get my second Mystic card off because of all the dashes I did first. Alright, so that's something that spellcasters have that other characters don't have the ability to do. The combat mechanics are pretty damn deep. There's a lot you can do with them. I would most definitely suggest trying out, because remember, your combo chain is simply how many attacks you've done in a row, versus the enemies being hit by the combos simply is how long they are in a stagger state for, how long the combo meter at the top is, right? And with the with what I just showed you about the spellcasters, it's very possible to simply just hold a spell, especially if you knock down an enemy. So let's try that right here. Let's cast life. Yep, recover it. Especially if you knock down an enemy. If you knock down an enemy, because there's spells that can pick them back up or whatever, right? There's ways to do that. Just manipulate your SG however it appeals to you, and especially remember doing that for people like Magilu. Magilu and Life Reset. That's really useful for them, especially because their hidden arts take a lot of SG and are generally a lot slower. So mixing up hidden arts and mixing up their spells, very good, very excellent. All right, and then the last thing that I wanted to talk about is just a tiny little tidbit about something to do with mystic arts. So just remember that no matter what, a mystic art can be applied at any distance. So for characters like Aizen and Magilu and all these spellcasters, you can apply the mystic art at any distance. So just a quick bit over here. Let's just go all the way on the side. Where's the furthest enemy? Here. You just kind of deal it and then you reappear where you were. See? You don't actually have to be very close to actually do the thing. So that's just a nice little tidbit there. And do enjoy. Also, something I did forget to mention the last time. I mistakenly said that Mystic Arts grant 1 soul back. That's only the first one. The second one actually grants 2 souls back. And this one I'm pretty sure grants at least 2. I've never actually managed to check how much it actually grants. It might grant 3, but I'm pretty sure it grants at least 2 back. As well as being very strong. Remember that your Mystic Art hits with the higher of your attack or spell, and hits to the lower of their magic or defense. So if you want to check enemy defenses, you can see this one has balanced defenses, so it's probably not so good, but this one it'll hit much harder on, because this one has a significantly lower defense and a higher magic defense. Alright, so there you go. Let me just clear up these guys. Alright, and finally, this is probably finally, I wanted to talk about the strategy menu. So in the last video, I said if you didn't want your characters to just burn their mystic arts because you like to chain, then you can set up the strategy menu a certain way, which is why I had them all on change out. The other thing I have noticed that is really useful that you could do is if you go in the arts menu and you disable the first mystic art. Right? Once you disable the first mystic art, what this means is they absolutely must have at least an 8-hit combo or have satisfied the conditions for their final mystic art in order to use one. What this means is that literally every time they use a mystic art, they will probably have used at least 1 break soul, most likely have inflicted a status effect, because the combo will be long, and you will get significant value out of it. So if you're not so interested in having them chain, or you just want to kind of relax and not burn everybody's ability in one go, if you just want to make sure that they actually do a lot of killing on their own, you can do it that way. Alright, so that's kind of how I have been running it right now. Yeah, I think I have run out of tidbits for this time. I will see you all in another video. I am sorry that this one got so long, but I will certainly timestamp everything in the description once again, and I'll see you all next time. Have a good one, and please, I hope this helps you enjoy the game more. Good day. Oh yeah, I gotta do my my game's frozen again. There you go. I gotta let Eleanor do her little whatever she's gonna do by standing up before I go, right? Alright, there we go. Look at this adorableness. Okay. Good night, good day, good whatever. Bye.